Good evening and welcome. You're watching this week's edition of the Political Stock Exchange. I'm Rahul Gandhi. Will the seeming split in the India alliance benefit the BJP and the NDA? What do the voters of India think about the India alliance as it stands and the fissures that are now coming to the fore? That's the focus of this week's edition of the Political Stock Exchange.
Cracks in the coalition. Will Arvind Kejriwal exit Team India? 2024, the battle of alliances. Split India, advantage NDA. What do the voters think? Political Stock Exchange is a big focus on the news track.
Here's a look at the headlines I'm tracking today. Stunning new images of the lunar surface captured by Chandrayaan-3, the Vikram lander, now just 112 kilometers away from the surface of the moon. UP Congress chief declares Rahul Gandhi will contest the 2024 elections from Amethi against Smriti Irani. BJP says nothing left for the Gandhi family in Amethi anymore. Quota administration comes up with a bizarre solution for rising student suicides, fixes fans with springs in PGs and hostels. Protests in West Bengal's Jadavpur University turn ugly. BJP demands NIA probe into students' death. TMC alleges BJP workers thrash students. Sextortion racket busted in Bengaluru. Mumbai-based model blackmailed victims by threatening them with conversion. Nearly 50 men trapped. The main accused model is still on the run. They've come together with the aim of defeating the BJP and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But Team India seems to be split wide open. The Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are sparring over seat sharing in the capital. The left has declared that it will not ally with the TMC in Bengal, and the Congress and the TMC aren't seeing eye to eye either. Is the split in Team India going to work to the advantage of the BJP?
United, they stand with the aim of taking on Narendra Modi in 2024. But they are divided by political and electoral interests. Team India may be padding up for the general elections next year, but internal differences of seat sharing appear to be the biggest sticking point. In the latest, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress are in a tug-of-war for 7 Delhi Lok Sabha seats. It all started with Delhi Congress leader Alka Lamba's surprise declaration.
दिल्ली 19वां राज्य था, 24 कैसे जीतना है और बिल्कुल आदेश हुआ है कि हमें 7 सीटों पर मजबूत संगठन के साथ हर नेता को आज से अभी से निकलना है। 7 महीने 7 सीटें हैं। ये बात हुई कि जिसकी दिल्ली उसका देश होता है। ये दिल्ली का इतिहास बताता है।
This set of cat among the pigeons, the Aam Aadmi Party threatened to boycott the upcoming India meet in Mumbai.
मैंने उनका वो बयान सुना और अगर कांग्रेस ने मन बना लिया है कि वो दिल्ली में अलायंस नहीं करेंगे हमारे साथ, तो इंडिया अलायंस वाली मीटिंग को अटेंड करने का कोई मतलब नहीं, अपना टाइम वेस्ट करने का कोई मतलब नहीं। हमारा शीर्ष नेतृत्व डिसाइड करेगा कि अगली इंडिया अलायंस की मीटिंग हम अटेंड करेंगे या नहीं।
देखिए, इस तरीके की बातें तो आती रहेंगी। जब इंडिया के सभी घटक दल बैठेंगे, सीट शेयरिंग पे चर्चा करेंगे, सब पार्टियों के राष्ट्रीय नेतृत्व आमने सामने बैठ के इस पे चर्चा करेंगे, तब पता चलेगा कौन सी पार्टी को कौन सी सीटें मिलती हैं। ये तो बहुत आगे की बात है।
Both parties went into separate huddle as confusion and chaos continued.
आम आदमी पार्टी को जो है मैं समझ रहा हूं कि बहुत इमेच्योर लोग वहां बैठे हुए लगते हैं मुझको। किसी प्रकार का मीडिया के बयान से वो इतने बड़े डिसीजन लेना चाहते हैं तो शायद ईश्वर भी उसको नहीं बचा पाएंगे। जो है इफ एनीबडी इज गिविंग, हमारे कोई जो है रूटीन में जो आपकी डिबेट में आते हैं कोई प्रवक्ता है तो आप मीडिया के साथियों को भी समझना चाहिए कि दे आर नॉट द कॉम्पिटेंट पीपल टू मेक कॉमेंट ऑन सच अ बिग इश्यू।
But the Aam Aadmi Party versus Congress Delhi dangle seems to be far from over. Several Delhi Congress netas are now openly snipping at Arvind Kejriwal and his party.
3.5 साल से मैं सड़कों पर हूँ, पोल खोल रहा हूँ अरविंद केजरीवाल की। शराब के खिलाफ कांग्रेस ने ही आंदोलन किया और आज शराब मंत्री जेल में, सत्येंद्र जैन जेल में, अभी तो डीटीसी घोटाला भी सामने कांग्रेस की वजह से आने वाला है। कोविड काल में यदि फेलियर इस सरकार का हुआ तो सवाल पूछने वाला कांग्रेस का कार्यकर्ता था। मैं दावे के साथ कहता हूँ कि 2024 में कांग्रेस की सरकार केंद्र में बनेगी और 2025 में अरविंद केजरीवाल चुनाव हारेंगे।
The political drama gave BJP enough opportunity to target the India alliance.
वास्तविकता जो ये है कि जो विपक्षी एकता के नाम पे जो गठबंधन, महागठबंधन, महाठगबंधन का ये बनाया गया है वो पूरा फेल होगा और उसकी शुरुआत हो गई है। कांग्रेस और आम आदमी पार्टी के ये बयान इस बात को दर्शाते हैं कि ये गठबंधन चलने वाला नहीं है किसी भी रूप में।
All eyes are now on the Mumbai meeting. Will opposition allies be able to put their differences aside? Bureau Report, India Today.
So is the Aam Aadmi Party in or out of the India alliance? Will AAP and Congress be able to reconcile their differences? What about the differences between the left and the TMC and the Congress, and what impact does this have in the eyes of the voters? I'll take you through the responses in the See Voter political stock exchange that we've been carrying on India Today, but let me introduce you to our guests joining us on this broadcast. The national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Sanju Verma, squaring off against her, Aishwarya Mahadev, national spokesperson of the Congress, Jasmine Shah, chief spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, and Yashwant Deshmukh is the lead psephologist at See Voter. I want to see what the Janta thinks. Respondents in the See Voter poll, when they were asked, will Arvind Kejriwal quit the India alliance after the Delhi Services Law? That's the question posed by Yashwant Deshmukh and his team at See Voter. Here are the responses we picked up. 30% of the overall respondents said no. They think that the Kejriwal party can pull out of the India alliance. 39% are saying they don't think that Arvind Kejriwal is going to quit. So while more people think AAP is not going to move away from the India alliance, 30% are saying they think that this is now inevitable. On that note, let me go across first to Jasmine Shah and get his sense, because this has created new bitterness and acrimony. In any case, at any time, when the question of how these 7 seats will be distributed between AAP and the Congress would have been discussed and debated, it would have been highly contentious. Will it be 4-3, 3-4, 5-2, 6-1? That would have been always problematic. Now you've got a situation which seems to suggest, Jasmine, to viewers, that maybe there may be no alliance at all. From your perch as lead spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, is the AAP in India at this moment, or is it on its way out? Let's start from there, sir.
Rahul, first let me say that there is absolutely no change in position as far as AAP being part of the India alliance or not. And you know, there are definitely the people of BJP and certain friends of BJP, some in the media and some in other parties, who are trying to destabilize the India alliance because they know that they don't stand a chance against the India alliance. But India alliance is here to stay. Aam Aadmi Party is here to stay as a part of the India alliance, and we will make sure that in 2024 there is a resounding victory that India alliance gets. But we will have to understand, Rahul, that these murmurs that you hear from 1 or 2 leaders in the Congress, who are they? Has Mr. Kharge said anything? Has Mr. Rahul Gandhi, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, has any national leader, has any member of parliament, has any MLA of Congress said anything? No. These are a few scattered leaders in Delhi who perhaps think that their personal politics is more important than saving the nation, saving the constitution, which is what brings all these parties together. Today it is, some comments issued by some leaders here. Maybe some other parties will also have some people issuing murmurs. But at the end of the day, we have come together for a larger cause. We are putting our personal pride, our personal ego, our personal battles aside, because the country is important. The direction in which the country is going, tomorrow, Rahul, mind you, there will be no opposition party left. It is only the Prime Minister and his 30 governors who are going to rule the entire country. Democracy as we know it is under threat, and that is the reason
Sanju Verma, Jasmine Shah suggesting that these are BJP proxies or non-entities in the Congress with an axe to grind because of past allegiance who are trying to vitiate the atmosphere, confuse voters and just make things look awkward. AAP is very much on board the India alliance, and yes, it will be difficult, but they will find a way of moving forward. Let the BJP not try and make trouble. How do you respond to this? That this trouble is coming from your proxies?
Rahul, there's a famous quote by Tennessee Williams: the only thing worse than a liar is a liar who is also a hypocrite. And I think there is no dearth of hypocrites both within the Congress ecosystem and of course the Aam Aadmi Party, whose very essence of politics is all about hypocrisy. And I will tell you why very quickly. This is not just about the divisive politics that is at work within the Congress camp or within the Aam Aadmi Party. BJP has nothing to do with it. Why are we only talking about Delhi? Let us look at what is happening to the Congress in Maharashtra. You have a situation where you have Prithviraj Chavan against Ashok Chavan, you have Bhai Jagtap against Nana Patole, you have Milind Deora against everybody else. So the Congress is a divided house in Maharashtra. I'll very quickly, please bear with me, Rahul. I heard the Aam Aadmi Party, don't rush me up. Then you look at Rajasthan, it's a well-known fact. There is, no love lost between Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot. Ditto goes for Chhattisgarh, where there's no love lost between Bhupesh Baghel and T.S. Singhdeo, who've been at loggerheads for the longest time. Now, within this entire framework, you juxtapose another party called Aam Aadmi Party, which has suddenly decided initially to offer conditional support based on whether the Congress would offer its allegiance to the Aam Aadmi Party on the Delhi Services Bill or not. Once that support came in, Arvind Kejriwal said, "Ab to hum Congress ke saath हाथ में हाथ मिलाकर आगे बढ़ेंगे." But Sandeep Dixit, mind you, in 10 seconds, Sandeep Dixit is no rookie politician. Sandeep Dixit, on various panels, Aam Aadmi Party spokespeople have said that he is the son of the ex-Chief Minister of Delhi, Sheila Dixit. So for you to say that Sandeep Dixit is some era-gera scattered leader sitting somewhere and making innocuous statements, I think that shows you lack political maturity to understand that it is not just Delhi. Even in Punjab, Congress leader Pratap Singh Bajwa is at loggerheads with Bhagwant Singh Mann. So I think as far as
now Aishwarya Mahadev, from what I gather from those who were in the meeting where this matter was discussed, it's not just Sandeep Dixit and Alka Lamba, but even others who seem to have come away with the impression that Rahul Gandhi isn't very hot on this alliance with the AAP, that he seems to believe that the likes of Ajay Maka and Sandeep Dixit and the others are correct, that the Congress, if it were to go by itself, might do reasonably well or better than in the past, and therefore if it allies with the AAP, it's actually weakening its case in the long term. That seems to be the thinking in Rahul Gandhi's mind. So it's not just Alka Lamba, not just Sandeep Dixit, but even RG seems to have a different kind of position on this.
Good evening, Rahul. First and foremost, when the BJP talks about hypocrisy, there is a rare kind of hypocrisy with allying with a particular party in Jammu and Kashmir and later putting the same particular person you allied with when it didn't suit you under house arrest. But let's talk about the particular apologists that seem to have been created from the media and the opposition or the government alike when trying to take down what the India alliance is. Rahul, there are a few things that need to be clarified. One, opposition parties, any opposition party, even if they are inherently parties that fight against each other, every single opposition party in this country is being stifled is being targeted, is being attacked, and unless the leaders jump into the washing machine of the BJP, which cleanses them, you see the way that they are, subject to the manner in which that they are attacked. This initial instance, and I agree with my colleague from the Aam Aadmi Party, that one also, and as you saw, as the in-charge has clarified, there was no talk of an alliance, but we believe that the India parties have to put smaller, more local, more regional interests for a later discussion and work towards building a national consensus first. Mallikarjun Kharge Saab has also stated this. The Congress party emphatically stands to work with all opposition parties in a manner which not only accommodates them, but also ensures that the interest of everybody is taken.
Rajdeep Sardesai, is the AAP Congress alliance still on, or is it likely to be off? Because both Jasmine Shah and the Congress are saying they want to ally, but the practical difficulties are too many.
Well, I think as of now it's on. I mean, the fact is Arvind Kejriwal, by all accounts, is certainly going to the Mumbai meeting, which will take place on the 31st and 1st. I am told that Arvind Kejriwal has sought appointments with the top Congress leadership, and Kejriwal in particular is pushing it. The Congress,
how will seats get split? What's the likely split?
How will it be split is anybody's guess. I think the AAP is
but that's what it will come down to.
No, the AAP is open, I am told, to even 4-3 or 5-2.
Who gets 4?
From what I gather, Aam Aadmi Party will not even oppose if the Congress gets 4 and the AAP gets 3. Look, these are seat sharing details that the two.
But that's what it's all about.
No, it's about intent. No, Rahul, I disagree. It's about intent. Is there an intent to forge an alliance? Once you have an intent to forge an alliance at the very top, forget about the Alka Lambas, the Sandeep Dikshits. This alliance has to be cemented if Rahul Gandhi and Arvind Kejriwal are keen on it. As of now,
but is it correct that Rahul Gandhi isn't very hot on this alliance?
What we know is Arvind Kejriwal certainly is willing to go the extra mile. Is Rahul Gandhi willing to go the extra mile to reach out to Arvind Kejriwal is still a question mark. And I think that will have to be resolved before we can say with confidence that the alliance is going ahead. The sense I get, though, is that there is a recognition on both sides at the very top that we're going to have to look at this alliance if we want to have a wider nationwide India alliance, because it cannot be that in states like Delhi or indeed Bengal, there is so much of infighting and scars of the past that the alliance doesn't even take off. But for now, my sense is both sides have given enough intentions of going ahead. I'll give you one example. On the Delhi ordinance, the Delhi Services Bill, a section of the Delhi Congress was very clear. We want to support the Modi government on it. We should not be with Arvind Kejriwal. However, when it came to the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the Congress went along with Arvind Kejriwal. So clearly both sides are slowly moving closer to each other. Whether there will be a formal alliance, I don't know, but I sense there will be.
There is some fog in the political air on the question of this alliance between AAP and the Congress, and it seems that reflects in your responses as well. 30% saying yes, Kejriwal will quit, 39% saying no, AAP will not quit the India alliance. So voters also, as this uncertainty continues, the voters also get confused of what to make of this tu meme. Yashwant?
Well, Rahul, the confusion of the voter is always going to be there till the final seat sharing happens, and also because of the different people saying different things against each other. It's a tough proposition unless both the parties decide that okay, I'm asking the rank and file and our respective spokesperson not to speak against the other alliance partners. Till that point of time, this confusion is going to remain. However, I agree with Rajdeep over here that it is the intention which matters the more rather than the exact seats which they are going to share or contest against each other. And please remember, in the previous opposition alliances also, there used to be something called friendly fights. In 1989, we have seen that. Even in other occasions between 96 to 99, we have seen that. So those kind of friendly fights, as they call it, that can also happen. But largely speaking, what they need to do
but a friendly fight to me is a bit of an oxymoron, Yashwant. How do you put up a candidate and then have a friendly fight? What is this Noora Kushti? I mean, they will damage the other party's votes.
It is an oxymoron, but in earlier sense of 89, and Rajdeep might correct me if I'm wrong in here, that friendly fight worked for the opposition alliances, particularly in the Bihar and UP area where the caste equations mattered a lot, where, the other friendly fight, posted a candidate which was of the same caste, which the main contestant was contesting, so the votes got divided and it helped the friend. But those kind of things were limited to UP and Bihar politics, not much beyond that. And I doubt that now there is any scope for any third party penetration in these two states. I think the SP plus alliance here and RJD plus alliance over there are quite significantly in pole position. So I don't think those kind of things matter anymore. This friendly fight is unlikely to have any.
Is that an option, Rajdeep? Let me just try and explain this in an electoral context. Let's assume there is a candidate of a particular community, and if in the hypothetical scenario of a friendly fight, the party which is supposed to be in a friendly fight with somebody else puts up a candidate of that same community, they could split the BJP's votes and potentially then help the third party which is supposed to benefit from this friendly fight. But then they're trying to be too clever by half.
I don't see a friendly fight actually. 89 is a good example where there were these strategic friendly fights that took place and they worked at the time. Largely because there was a sense of anti-Congressism that bound all these parties, BJP on the right, left on the left, and VP Singh and the Janata Dal in the center. I think in 2024, I don't see too many friendly fights taking place. I think it's very clear. Even when the left takes on Trinamool Congress in Bengal, as is likely, it won't be a friendly fight. When the Congress takes on the left in Kerala, it won't be a friendly fight. But I don't see that happening with AAP and Congress. With AAP and Congress, I believe if there has to be an alliance, it has to be a proper alliance. There is no space in the AAP-Congress equation for a friendly fight. They will have to sit across the table. They will have to be willing to talk to each other and then work out an alliance which can be reasonably successful. Not just the 7 seats of Delhi, but the 13 of Punjab, the 10 of Haryana, potentially some in Gujarat, and indeed in Rajasthan. In all these states, if they're actually willing to work together, they can make a difference from 30 to 40 seats. Goa's 2 seats as well, if I may include them. So 30 to 40 seats, the AAP and Congress, if they have the intent, can work together.
Okay, I want to come to some of the other questions. Will Team India benefit from the reinstatement of Rahul Gandhi as a member of parliament? 41% of the respondents in the Sea Voter poll say yes. Team India benefits from Rahul's reinstatement. 48% say no. The Team India does not benefit. Should Rahul Gandhi be the convener of Team India? Let's take a look at the responses in the Sea Voter poll. 38% saying yes, Rahul should be convener. 41% saying no, he should not be convener. So who should be convener? Let's take a look at that question. Who should be the convener of Team India? Let's take a look at the responses on this question. 31% of the respondents say Rahul Gandhi should be convener. 12% say Nitish Kumar should be convener. Mamata Banerjee as convener is 8%. Kejriwal at 10%. Sharad Pawar at 6%. I don't know whether they understand the role of convener or not, Yashwant, in this poll, but for some reason, your data seems to suggest that people would like to see Rahul Gandhi as convener. What sense do you make of that 31%?
Well, Rahul Gandhi's equity is on rise among the opposition rank and file since his Bharat Jodo Yatra and after the Karnataka election victory. That has been consistently pointed out in our snap poll and also in our trackers, So he is on the rise. Actually, what has happened over here is that after the Bharat Jodo Yatra and Karnataka victory, the Congress rank and file and Congress cadre has kind of galvanized for Rahul Gandhi more. Earlier, they got confused and, in fact, at one point of time after the Punjab Assembly election, actually, name of Arvind Kejriwal had overtaken Rahul Gandhi. And that was the lowest point for Rahul Gandhi as a national leadership alternative. But since then, he has recovered a lot. So I don't think there is much confusion as far as the opposition voters are concerned. They are very clear that without the Congress in the central leadership and without the Gandhis within the Congress leadership, things are not going to go in the same direction. But I doubt.
Jasmine Shah, what do you make of this response? Sitting in the Aam Aadmi Party, 31% of the respondents overall and 39% to opposition voters say they'd like to see Rahul Gandhi as the convener. Arvind Kejriwal only at 10%.
Rahul, this is not a popularity contest. We are here for far, far bigger issues than any personal ambitions. And I think it is too presumptuous for us to sit here and say who should be the convener. The meetings in Mumbai are actually going to decide some of these crucial issues. And I think it is more important that all the 26 alliance partners should be in sync about these questions than a very large population. The people actually care about the vision. The people care about what is it that the India Alliance will do to get us out of the trouble that the BJP government has put us in. For 9 years, Rahul, today the country has seen that today we have a weak Prime Minister, we have an arrogant Prime Minister, we have a corrupt Prime Minister. He is a Prime Minister who does not speak on any major issues. The country is burning, the peace is disturbed, Manipur is burning, Haryana is burning, the Prime Minister doesn't address issue. Look at Mahንगाई. Rahul, you know that the CPI inflation has reached 7.5%. Historic levels, टमाटर के दाम 250 के ऊपर हो गए. Is the Prime Minister even addressing the issues? So the question in front of the people is not who is going to be the convener, but tell us how is India Alliance going to address these issues, and that is the agenda and that is the vision.
Who is going to be the convener?
May I please come in?
Just one second, Sanju. I'm coming to you in a moment because this is an important question. Who will be the convener? Respondents seem to want Rahul Gandhi to be the convener.
I think the respondents may want Rahul Gandhi, but Rahul Gandhi, I don't think, wants to be the convener of this alliance. He has shown no inclination to actually.
He can barely keep all the Congress leaders on the same pole.
No,
how will he convene the India Alliance with Nitish Kumar, Mamta Banerjee, Kejriwal and Sharad Pawar?
No, to be fair to Rahul Gandhi, I think he wants a different role for himself. He wants to be this person who possibly is out on the street over the next few months. We are told there could be another Bharat Jodo Yatra, possibly from Porbandar to Arunachal Pradesh, from October
Manipur.
to December, to Manipur, from Porbandar to Manipur. So Rahul Gandhi wants a very different role for himself. Convener is someone who will have to work on the nuts and bolts of this alliance. And the fact is, this alliance is not short of choices there. You've got Mamta Banerjee, 3-time Chief Minister, Nitish Kumar, who's been Chief Minister for over 2 decades. You've got Sharad Pawar with all his experience. I don't know whether Mr. Pawar has the energy at the moment to travel across the country, given what's also happened in Maharashtra. So I would think...
And can he be trusted given all the confusion he's created?
Look, I think once you're part of the India Alliance, you expect a senior leader like Mr. Pawar, having gone so far, I think he's going to stay with the alliance certainly till the Lok Sabha elections and maybe even beyond that to the Vidhan Sabha. But my point is, I think we in the media are asking who's the convener, who's the face. I think the real issue is what's the agenda? What's your strategy? Are you willing to make those sacrifices? Do you have the intent to, to compromise? Those are the questions I think we should be asking rather than who will be the convener, which will be sorted out. Who will be the face? I don't think they will have a face, Rahul, till the Lok Sabha election. They do not want to make this Modi versus a specific individual.
Sanju Verma wants to come in on the responses. 31% of the respondents would like Rahul Gandhi to be the convener.
Rahul and Rajdeep, I would first like to respond to the reckless allegations made by Jasmine Shah, who himself was summoned by the Enforcement Directorate in connection with the excise liquor scam by the Delhi government in February this year. So Jasmine Shah, who has been interrogated by the Enforcement Directorate, sitting here on India Today and calling the Prime Minister corrupt, I think that is the height of hypocrisy. We don't need a bhashan from the likes of a party whose top brass.
So what is the 70,000 crore allegation that your Prime Minister put on NCP and then invited those leaders?
Does
it not make him a corrupt Prime Minister?
Okay, Jasmine, let her conclude. Let her complete. Go on, Sanju.
No, then why do you go personally? You cannot make such reckless personal attacks.
I will make an attack on you if you attack the Prime Minister.
One at a time. Don't speak over each other. No, one second. No, let's keep the tone. Let's keep the language proper, please.
May I please?
Jasmine, let her speak, please. No, one second. Fade it down. Let Sanju complete. Sanju, go on, please.
Thank you, Rahul. This is the intolerance I'm talking of. He abused the Prime Minister, calling him incompetent and corrupt. I did not heckle the man. The moment I started my response, look at the manner in which Jasmine Shah somebody who's been interrogated and accused in the liquor scam is giving a bhashan on morality. I repeat, Arvind Kejriwal said Manish Sisodia को तो भारत रत्न मिलना चाहिए. सत्येंद्र जैन तो भगत सिंह का दूसरा अवतार है. आपके दोनों, your top brass, Manish Sisodia, Satinder Jain did not cover themselves in glory. Now there are reports about extortionist in chief Naresh Balyan. Your own MLA Bhupinder Singh June on the floor of the assembly says, please let me finish, 10 seconds more. On the floor of the assembly, Bhupinder Singh June, MLA of the Aam Aadmi Party, says दिल्ली की जनता को गटर का गंदा मैला बदबूदार पानी इसलिए पीना पड़ रहा है क्योंकि पिछले 1.5 साल से दिल्ली जल बोर्ड ने कोई काम नहीं किया.
You made some personal allegations at Jasmine Shah, so I'm going to give him an opportunity to respond before I go across to the others. Jasmine, very quickly, please.
You gave him a chance and I responded back. Now you are again going back to him. So I need my rebuttal again.
Sanju should know that her own union minister, BJP's own union minister, on the floor of the parliament says to the opposition that ज़्यादा मत बोलो वरना ED आ जाएगी. And that is the thing. I think today is a matter of pride that if ED knocks on your door as an opposition leader.
Okay, Sanju, you didn't want to be disturbed. Extend the same courtesy to Jasmine. Let him speak.
10 seconds.
Sanju, 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Let me just finish. Today when the entire country knows that Manipur is burning, Haryana is burning, Sanju Verma has nothing to address that. She is not even willing to take accountability that the Prime Minister has utterly failed. For 76 days, he chose to remain silent. He looked the other way when a part of the country was burning.
Aishwarya Mahadev, what are you making of this number which says
what authority does she have to ask questions?
That 31% of the respondents would like to see Rahul Gandhi as the convener of India. From what I know of Mr. Gandhi, that's not the position he wants for himself, but that's what the data is suggesting. Aishwarya.
You know, Rahul, I think ever since Mr. Gandhi has been back in Parliament, it's been a shot in the arm for the entire alliance and especially the Congress party. And irrespective of who is the convener, I believe that every single head of the party and even the office bearers part of the alliance are extremely competent, bring a massive amount of experience. And I think whoever is the convener has a very hard and difficult task of ensuring a common platform which obviously listens to the voices of everybody, and I think that is important. And again, the statement of somebody being made, and I believe it came from your side, to say that Rahul Gandhi cannot keep his own leaders together, how will he keep an alliance going, is in very, very bad taste.
No, it's a fact. Jyotiraditya Scindia left, Jitin Prasad left, RPN Singh left, Hemanta Biswa Sarma left. And many of them left because they thought Rahul Gandhi didn't speak to them properly, kept them waiting, was playing with his dogs, eating biscuits. Those are the stories these leaders have narrated.
Rahul, to use the excuse of somebody not giving them an attention or giving them attention as the cover or the smoke screen for your own greed and for you to fulfill your aspirations is not something that people cannot see beyond. We understand everybody cares about their political relevance, and to blame all of that on one person who has worked and walked across the length and breadth, who works for the people, I believe is extremely, extremely painful. And the last thing I want to talk about is that the BJP today has come out on an accusatory mode where all they have, because they're so, like, you know, whether it's in Parliament, whether it's outside, everybody is so shaken by the fact that the India alliance is going strong that the only thing they have is ad hominem and rhetoric. And to the likes of Sanju,
so I want to go across and take the next question because we have a few more questions as well which I want to run through. The question is about opposition unity, and Yashwant and his team ask whether the Congress is hijacking the opposition unity plank. Is it becoming overbearing? Here are the respondents' answers. 37% saying that the Congress has indeed hijacked opposition unity. 35% saying no, the Congress hasn't hijacked opposition unity. Amongst the opposition people, 38 and 33. Amongst the NDA, the numbers are 37 and 40. So this question, Yashwant, I don't fully understand the answer because it seems rather split. Voters not quite sure of what to make of this. They're not really of the view that Congress is hijacking opposition unity. But many of them think, okay, maybe it's getting a bit overbearing.
Well, there is always a conflict in that way because, you know, there is always a significant number of voters who always feel that Congress is critical and important. And there is a significant number of opposition voters who don't feel that way, Rahul, simply because let's not forget that big number of opposition players do have the voters which are anti-BJP and anti-Congress both. Let's not forget that. So this is a very critical thing to understand. Many of them have actually eaten up the complete Congress vote share and formed their party, but many of them still have the voters which continue to have anti-BJP and anti-Congress sentiments both with them. And they have been contesting against the Congress at the state level. So I don't really blame the voters for that kind of confusion. And at this point
is the Congress beginning to get overbearing? Because Rahul Gandhi is back. I mean, Yashwant's data says he should be convener. So obviously the Congress will say, boss, we are the big deal. We are the big brothers here.
I think, Rahul, that is one of the big questions. What role will the Congress play? Will it be the magnet attracting these forces, or is it going to be a domineering player? I don't think it can be. Remember, this is a party with 53 Lok Sabha seats. Yes, it's one Karnataka. Yes, it will go to Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh as the principal opposition to the BJP. Yes, it's got a larger footprint than all the other India allies, but it's going to have to do give and take. You see, that is the challenge. I think that's the question to ask, rather than who's the convener, who's going to be the face, is the Congress willing to reach out to these parties and recognize that you're going to have to compromise, possibly fight fewer seats than the Congress has ever done in the history of the party if it wants to really cement an India alliance. Bengal will be a good example, a test of this. Maharashtra will be a test. Delhi, Punjab, these are the areas. Uttar Pradesh, how much are you willing to concede? I think these are the challenges that this party will face at the moment, because to its one thing going for the Congress is, you know, once you reach 53, there's only one place you can go, most people believe, which is up.
You can't be sure about that.
Well, yes, but you know, I think they recognize that, and I think the problem is there is still a section within the Congress which wants to call the shots. Now, how do you call the shots with people who have been chief ministers 3 times, like a Mamata Banerjee, Nitish Kumar, Arvind Kejriwal, all of whom are strong regional players? Is the Congress, how much space is the Congress willing to concede to these players? Rahul, I think is the critical question at the moment. So, has the Congress hijacked the opposition change? I would be reluctant to use the word hijack. Even in Mumbai, I am told the meet is being organized by the Congress in tandem with NCP and Shiv Sena. Now, that hasn't happened too often in the past. Only Bengaluru was Congress organized. It will depend on who the convener is. That will give us a sense of whether the Congress is hijacked.
Who's likely to be the convener right now?
I think the Congress in an ideal position would like the convener's job, if not the chairperson. They would like to create a chairperson and a convener, take the chairperson's post. Convener could be any of these regional chief ministers as well. So you give the impression that you're taking people along. I think the challenge for the India alliance is precisely that, to take along. You know, I was giving this example, Rahul, 1989. The BJP actually was willing to be partners in a way with the left. Both of them supported VP Singh's government outside because it made strategic sense, because you were looking to come back from the pummeling you'd got in 84. The Congress is also looking to come back from 2 pummelings, and therefore may be more willing, Rahul, to actually sacrifice much more than they've ever done in any Indian election. And I think that is going to be the critical factor in the next 3 months.
Do you trust the Congress at this moment, or do you not trust them? What's the sense on that?
Rahul, if we hadn't trusted Congress, or be it any other alliance, party which is part of this alliance, we would not have been part of the India alliance. And I think we should look at substantive moments where the alliance stood together, rather than again going by 1 or 2 leaders at a district or at a smaller level. You know, when it mattered in the Rajya Sabha, the entire opposition came out with a historic vote. 102 has not happened in 52 years in the parliament against any government, but the opposition found the act together. The entire opposition met in Bangalore, very productive discussions. The name of the alliance was formed, and in Bombay also we are going to have a very productive meeting. So we are here because we believe in the idea of India alliance, and which is to save the country, to save the constitution, and to save the democracy of India from thugs of BJP.
Okay,
May I come in, Rahul?
Sanju Verma, the Congress and the opposition parties holding together, much like the BJP would want them to disintegrate. So far that hasn't happened. There will be the odd fissure, but so far they've largely held together and are building up to Mumbai.
I want to say a couple of things. फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट 2024 में आएगा तो मोदी ही. This Rahul Kanwal also knows. This Rajdeep Sardesai, much as he might want to not admit as much on national television, knows deep inside that there's no competition to the charisma and popularity of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And I'll tell you a couple of things. And very quickly at that, you can keep here, discussing ऐसा होगा, वैसा होगा. दिल्ली का रास्ता लखनऊ से होकर जाता है. And the BJP last time in Uttar Pradesh in Lok Sabha 2019 got 49.98% vote share with 62 seats. The Congress was reduced to a measly 1 after Rahul Gandhi was booted out of Amethi. The point next to this that I again want to make is that just look at the recent elections in Tamil Nadu in 2021. If you recall Rahul and Rajdeep, the Tamil Nadu, assembly constituency number is 234 and DMK gave the Congress only 25 seats to contest out of 234, which means that they gave away only 10.68% of the total number of seats. And do you think that these are the kind of people where they can't even give their alliance partner at least a respectable 20-25% seats to contest? Ye Lok Sabha mein they will allow any space to another party. And the other thing that I always say on your show, the reliability, the big R factor, be it Chandrasekhar, be it Devegowda, be it I.K. Gujral, all these governments fell because of one person who chose to be Brutus, and that was the Congress party. And my fourth point, somebody here spoke about inflation. It's very important for me to set the record straight. Yes, the CPI inflation in July went up to 7.44%, but equally, let us not forget that in April, the food inflation was 3.84%, May 2.91%, CPI and wholesale inflation in May was minus 1.59%, in June, minus 1.24%. And do you know, Rahul and Rajdeep, why inflation went up to 7.4% in July? The three states which contributed to the 7.4% number were Jharkhand, Tamil Nadu, and
Rajasthan.
Karnataka.
Yeah, but that's not, that's again, you're being economical. There are a number of BJP ruled states also where inflation was well above 7%. But, let me for a moment, Sanju Verma, I don't want to fight with you, but, Sanju Verma makes the point and she's right. Historically, the Congress has been a kind of party which has had a very uneasy relationship with regional parties and has brought down coalition governments set up by non-BJP, non-Congress party. But the truth also is, if we look at the last 8 years, as the BJP becomes the dominant party of the country, allies have increasingly been marginalized and either left it or been forced out. JDU in Bihar, Shiv Sena in Maharashtra, the Akalis in Punjab, the TDP also, which was used, and you could argue that Chandrababu Naidu left them, but he felt he wasn't getting his due. Historically, whichever is the dominant party at the center, allies find it difficult to work with. I think Sanju Verma has to realize the larger arc. Today, the BJP is the party that these smaller parties are afraid of. That they don't, that they get intimidated by.
I want to tell our viewers that this is just the sea voter snap poll on the political stock exchange. The big deal is the mood of the nation, which Yashwant and his team are carrying out at this time, which will be out next week. The big mood of the nation opinion poll, because what we look at in snap polls is on a relatively small sample size. You ask a few questions relating to the news of the time and you get responses. But who would win if elections were to be held today? Those responses are currently being processed. Yashwant, do you want to give our viewers a sneak peek of what to expect, or do you want them to wait till next week?
No, please wait for next week, because the number crunching is going on, and it's something which we have been doing it for so long for India Today, and it's an institutionalized way of doing a trend line analysis, which is no other media house does it in that way. So we are really proud to be associated with that. And
I want to tell our viewers that it's very fascinating that the number of people, Rajdeep, who've pinged me either on WhatsApp or on social media saying, when is MOTN coming? When is Mood of the Nation coming? Because usually it comes around Independence weekend. It's delayed by a week this time round. But everybody is very curious. Kab aa raha hai? Number kahan ho gaya? What happened?
Because also, Rahul, I think what has happened, let's be also clear. If you looked at the early part of the year, the BJP was completely dominant. 2022 was a great year for the BJP electorally. Despite the slight setback in Himachal, the rest of the country, they were sweeping. Come 2023, they've lost Karnataka, and India Alliance has come up. Manipur, Sanju Verma may not like it, but has been a debacle in terms of the BJP in perception. You know, Northeast, an area where the BJP traditionally was seen to have done so much for. You know, Manipur has again bust the double engine sort of theory. So the BJP also has reasons to worry about. I still believe, Sanju Verma will be happy to hear this, I still believe that the BJP is well ahead, has a clear advantage going into 2024. But things are changing in the last few months, which is why MOTN will be very interesting.
We haven't even put out the MOTN numbers and the fireworks between Rajdeep and Sanju Verma already in third gear. They'll be in fifth gear by next week, and it will be fascinating. So you can already see from the wry smiles on the face of Aishwarya Mahadev and Jasmine Shah, this will be an exciting week. We're processing the numbers. Please don't call or message Rajdeep or me beforehand. We can't do a sideshow and let you know what the numbers are. You will have to wait for the official broadcast of the Mood of the Nation here on India Today when we put out the numbers on who would win a general election if it were to be held today. A shocking sextortion racket has been busted in Bengaluru. The main accused, a Mumbai-based model, would lure men and then blackmail them. The victims were threatened with conversion and forced to pay lakhs of rupees.
In pursuit of a female sextortionist, Bengaluru police are currently searching for this woman, Neha, who also goes by the alias Meher. Originally from Maharashtra, this woman has been named in a complaint for allegedly blackmailing her victims. She allegedly targeted men through the Telegram messaging platform, lured them to her home, and orchestrated covert recordings of sexual encounters with the involvement of her male accomplices. This alleged criminal operation led by Neha, also known as Meher, has been active in Bengaluru for a year and a half. The men she allegedly ensnared were subsequently subject to blackmail. They were coerced into marriage, conversion to Islam, or extortion of funds. Failing compliance, they were threatened with the release of compromising videos on the internet. A case has now been registered in Bengaluru's Puttanhalli police station. Each of her victims reportedly succumbed to extortion demands. One of the complainants disclosed that he was coerced into giving her up to 60,000 rupees.
ಪುಟ್ಟನಹಳ್ಳಿ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ 2 ತಿಂಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಒಂದು ಎಫ್ಐಆರ್ ದಾಖಲಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹನಿ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಪ್ ಕೇಸು. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ 3 ಜನ ಆರೋಪಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನೀವು ಮಹಿಳೆಯರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ದುರ್ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ನಿಮ್ಮದೆಲ್ಲ ಫೋಟೋ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಈ ಫೋಟೋಸ್ನ ನಾವು ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಂಡತಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ನೀವು ಈ ರೀತಿ ಹಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಂತ. ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರು ಮಹಿಳೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರದು ವೈಫ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಈ ರೀತಿ ದೌರ್ಜನ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸುಮಾರು 50,000ಗಿಂತ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಣವನ್ನು ಅವರು ಪೇಟಿಎಂ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ.
According to detailed police report, Meher told the complainant that her husband worked in Dubai and that she was seeking a sexual partner. On March 3rd, 2023, around 3:30 p.m., the victim visited the accused's residence. 3 men appeared in the bedroom and filmed him in the sexual act. The complainant was threatened with being paraded naked in the streets, circumcised in a mosque, his nude pictures released, and married forcibly to Meher. As a part of coercion, he was held captive till 8 p.m. 21,500 rupees transferred from his account. The complainant later managed to escape. Her 3 accomplices, all from Karnataka, have been arrested. According to the police, the gang amassed over 35 lakh rupees from their extortion activities. Around 50 men are to be believed have fallen victim to this gang's manipulation and extortion. Yet the mastermind behind this operation remains at large. The primary suspect, Neha alias Meher, is suspected to be evading capture somewhere in Mumbai. Bureau Report, India Today.
This is where we wrap up the news track tonight. For your time and your trust, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you 8 p.m. Monday evening. Till then, from all of us here, goodbye. Have a fabulous weekend.